Hi everybody, welcome to Monday's TNT. Brand new location today, coming to you from the living room of, my new residence here in Pangar. And as I speak, I'm looking out the window. I've got the road just in front, and then I've got the sea beyond, and it's precipitating down very, very heavily. Not a particularly good day for our first program, but I hope you're nice and warm and safe and cozy wherever you are. We've got plenty of news to report, so let's get started. And this relates to a story we did last week, which relates to, a father who we know has killed at least 5 of his own children. It could be more, and there's thoughts that there could be up to 10 bodies concerned. Basically, a new serial killer in Thailand, and a very disturbing story. Both the deputy commander and commander of the Metropolitan Police Bureau, as well as the police team that solved the case, attended the funeral prayer ceremony for the 5 children who died from abuse by their father between 2013 and 2023 in Bangkok. This occurred in the Bang Khen district, and this case has shaken Thai society all week. There has been a lot of commentary and discussion about this hideous story, and a lot of sympathy towards these children that have died as a result of their father's cruelty. Moving on to another story. Also reported on the Kazakh English Facebook page, a 53-year-old Swiss tourist has jumped to his death from the Phuket airport's car park area on Friday night, shortly before 7:30 p.m, and the man died while being transported to the Talang hospital. Police are investigating the incident by reviewing the CCTV cameras. So we seem to be getting almost monthly reports of tourists going up to high levels at the Phuket airport, jumping off, obviously for complicated reasons of their own. This 53-year-old Swiss tourist, we may never know his reasons. To our next story today, and reporting from the Bangkok Post, and the Prime Minister, Sita, expects Tesla, Google and Microsoft to invest $5 billion, it says dollars here, in Thailand. Obviously, that's a lot of money. The PM just being overseas at the UN General Assembly over the past week. Let's see what he said. The Prime Minister said yesterday the country expected to receive investment of at least $5 billion from those 3 companies. He said Tesla would be looking into an EV manufacturing facility. Microsoft and Google are looking at data centres. Well, that's what the Prime Minister says. Let's see what the companies say. Tesla, Google and Microsoft did not respond immediately to requests for comment. So the Prime Minister seems to have some sort of assurances from those companies, but I suppose we should await to hear official announcements from those 3 companies before we get too excited. Mr. Sita was speaking to reporters in Bangkok after attending the UN General Assembly in New York, where he also held talks with company executives earlier this week. Fresh foreign investment would boost Thailand's flagging economy, which is expected to grow by 2.8% this year, less than previously projected due to weaker exports. And Thailand, Asia's 4th largest automobile assembly hub, has been offering incentives to EV and battery makers and tax cuts to local EV buyers to remain a regional auto centre. Didn't know about those tax cuts. I've got a funny feeling they don't extend to foreigners. But the Prime Minister was asked about other things when he returned, and he got a little bit terse. The Kazakh English Facebook page reports that, visibly displeased, the Prime Minister told the press on Sunday morning upon returning to Thailand it was the Thai press that interpreted his words given to a foreign media that he will appoint inmate Thaksin Shinawatra as his advisor. It was indeed, if you see the video, the first time we've seen the new Prime Minister unleash his frown on the Thai press. But in that Bloomberg interview last week, he didn't say really anything more than he would be seeking the counsel of Thaksin Shinawatra, current inmate, as well as other former Prime Ministers on various issues at some stage in the future. He didn't say anything as definitive as, I'm definitely going to be appointing as some sort of special counsel Thaksin Shinawatra, but it doesn't stop the Thai media from getting things a bit out of proportion, as they do amongst other media from time to time. Big thanks to our sponsors, 5 Star Marine. Now, today's probably not the best day to head out onto the water, but otherwise, actually, even on days like today, they can usually find a little spot away from all the rain. They've got all the radars and all the technology and the experience to make even a day like today still worthwhile to head out onto the water. Now, there's a link in the description below. Now, for those people that are watching us on TV, I'll put below here, 5starmarinephuket.com. That's a website you can go to read all about their offers. So yesterday was a day I'd rather forget, the big moving day. I'm surrounded by boxes and detritus and plastic wrappings and cats that aren't very happy, but well, I'm here in my new abode and we'll be sort of tweaking the lighting, tweaking what's behind me to make sure it gets better in the next few days. But at least, albeit a bit late today, we did get the program out. And that's all that matters, including this story from BangkokPost.com. Hotspots set for glut of arrivals. So somebody's expecting a whole lot of extra tourists to be rolling into Thailand. Well, we do have the high season coming up, so we'd be seeing a rise in tourists anyway. But I think the TAT in particular, the Tourism Authority of Thailand, are expecting a whole lot of visitors from at least 2 particular countries to roll in. And major tourism cities expect to see a rise in the number of Chinese tourists when the visa-free scheme for this segment of international arrivals kicks off today. And nationals from China and Kazakhstan can apply for up to 30 days of visa-free stay in the kingdom until February the 29th next year. So Chinese and Kazakh travellers in the past used to have a visa on arrival. That meant they had to apply either before or after they arrived in Thailand before they'd go to immigration. And that would cost 2,000 baht. And they only used to get 15 days visa at the time. Now, for the next 5 months, they're going to be given what a lot of other countries already have, which is a visa waiver. And the policy to woo back major international tourist segments is aimed at a quick win tourism stimulation by easing entry restrictions to boost tourist numbers and give the economy a shot in the arm. A lot of people assumed that whilst they were tweaking some of the visa on arrival visas, that they might also increase the length of time that people on the visa waiver could come to Thailand from, say, 30 to 45 days or even 90 days. Well, that certainly hasn't happened yet. And the TAT is arranging a ceremony to welcome the first group of visa-free tourists today at 4 major international airports, Suvarnabhumi, Don Mueang, both in Bangkok, Chiang Mai and Phuket. Yeah, that's all you need. You're getting off a plane after 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, sitting in there, half dehydrated, just wanting to get to a shower or a hotel, and you're going to be met by these happy, joyous people at the airport welcoming you. And the ceremony will include a welcoming billboard and cultural performances. And the tourists will also be presented with jasmine garlands and elephant motif pants. I'm sorry, I'd just be saying, no, keep all that. I just want to get to my hotel room. And if the target is achieved, it will represent a rebound of 20% or 1.2 million Chinese visitors to Chiang Mai from pre-pandemic numbers, according to a TAT official. Chiang Mai has been particularly hit in recent times by the lack of tourists. Let's hope this visa waiver might help, particularly that port in northern Thailand. And also up in northern Thailand, Thai PBS World reporting Thai troops seize 225 kilograms of crystal meth. Now that's ice. That is a lot, like a real lot of ice, 225 kilograms. Thai troops seized about 225 kilograms of crystal methamphetamine abandoned by a gang of drug smugglers on the Thai side of the Thai-Myanmar border in the Mae Sai district. According to the Pa Mueang task force, the troops were on a routine patrol and they came across 10 armed men crossing the Sai River, which is a natural border from Myanmar. A 5-minute gun battle ensued before the intruders fled back to Myanmar. No Thai troops were injured, and as they combed the area, they found 9 knapsacks, each containing 20 to 25 kilograms of crystal meth. And a task force officer said that the illicit drugs are believed to have been manufactured in a lab in the northern Shan district and then transported to a storage facility near the Thai border in Myanmar's Takelek province. Now, this Takelek district is just directly over the border, pretty much directly north of Chiang Rai. Bit of a hotbed of online scammers, illegal casinos, and, well, it seems, drug smugglers. And ThaiPBSWorld.com also reporting cellular stations, possibly linked to call centre gangs in Myanmar, have been shut down. That's something we've spoken about a few times before on TNT about these online scam gangs setting up these, well, they call them casinos, but basically they're online call centres, tapping into the 5G just on the other side of the river in Thailand. And police and officials from Thailand's NBTC have shut down 6 illegal cellular sites in the northern province of Tak and Chiang Rai and dismantled their antenna in an attempt to prevent call centre gangs in Myanmar from using the internet and mobile phone signals to prey on victims in Thailand. 2 of the illegal sites were located in the Mae Sot district of Tak province and 4 others in the Mae Sai and Chang Kong districts of the Chiang Rai province. 3 people have been arrested and charged with operating a radio station without permission, an offence which is subject to a maximum imprisonment of 5 years and or 100,000 baht fine on conviction. So I get the impression here that they're tapping into 5G with SIM cards or whatever and then transmitting it with illegal transmitters over the river to these online centres. And he said that a number of mobile phone service operators in Mae Sot district have been asked to realign their antennas away from Myanmar to prevent their phone signals from being used by call centre gangs operating with impunity. And besides preventing phone and internet signals from extending into Myanmar, he said that officials have also cracked down on the sale of SIM cards suspected to have been bought by scammers. And that report from ThaiPBSWorld.com to our next story. And Nation Thailand reporting the Thai government to go ahead with bridging the Andaman Gulf coasts to boost the southern economy. Now, we did a quick story about this on Friday, this land bridge situation where they're going to build a port on one side of Thailand and then another port on the other side, plus rail lines and freeways and stuff between the two to transport shipping containers from one side of Thailand to the other, around about 80 kilometres or so, to cut about 2 days off the trip, usually going all the way down the Malacca Strait through Singapore and then up into the South China Sea. I reported on Friday that this had sort of been dusted off and the Thai government were just bringing it up again, but seems to have gone further than that. And the newly appointed Industry Minister has reaffirmed the government's commitment to the Southern Economic Corridor Land Bridge Project, saying all steps will be taken to expedite the initiative. And the new minister explained the project aims to connect the coast of the Andaman Sea on the west and the Gulf of Thailand, particularly the provinces of Chumphon and Ranong, which are the 2 provinces that would have these new seaports to top and tail the new land bridge. And the land bridge project was initially launched by the former Premier General Prayut Chan-o-cha. Well, that's not really correct. This land bridge project's been around for decades, along with the other concept, the Kra Canal, K-R-A, and that was going to be doing the same thing, putting like a Panama Canal through the middle of Thailand. Again, that same 80 kilometres, but it seems that they're now heading towards this land bridge concept instead. And then in other matters, while she was down there, in response to concerns raised by the private industry, including Chumphon's Chambers of Industry, Commerce and Agriculture, the Industry Minister said she'd taken actions to address potential delays in the project. So not only the land bridge project, but just other projects generally. Recognising the legal hurdles faced by the private sector, the government will work to expedite solutions to several problems. This includes streamlining regulations, facilitating access to funding, and prioritising environmentally friendly production processes. Basically getting behind the idea of removing red tape, something politicians often say, but a lot harder to bring that change. Now, if you're thinking of coming into Thailand illegally, this probably isn't something I'd suggest you try. And the PatiaNews.com reports Bangladeshi men disguised as monks to avoid Thai immigration busted. And 7 Bangladeshi men who posed themselves as Buddhist monks to evade Thai immigration's radar were arrested in Songkhla province on Saturday. They were charged for illegally entering the country. Songkhla, one of the 3 provinces which has borders to Malaysia. Seems they were very close, but just didn't get over that last hurdle. Songkhla Immigration, in collaboration with the Hat Yai Tourist Police, arrested these imposter monks on a tip-off from an anonymous concerned citizen. And having shaved their heads and dressed in monks' robes, the foreigners thought they could avoid the authorities' eye as they tried to cross to Malaysia. And it was determined that all 7 men had entered Thailand illicitly through a natural route in Mae Sot district in Tak from Myanmar, after having successfully come from Bangladesh. They were intending to travel to Naritawat and subsequently planned to continue to Malaysia. Now, I've got a funny feeling their trip back to Bangladesh will be a lot quicker than their trip down to Songkhla. Anyway, that's not a good way to enter Thailand. Thanks for watching today. Hopefully you're a bit more up to date with things happening around the area. We will get this sort of smoothed out over the next couple of days, but we appreciate you tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel if you get an opportunity, and we look forward to seeing you next time.